What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to show you how to fix some leaking fork seals. This 2000 R1 that we're working on, it does have some seals that are leaking. You can see the fluid right there. So let's go start on using this on our flathead. We're going to put the screwdriver in here and we're going to very lightly pry it out just so we can get some space and start pulling down the actual seal. Since we got the seal off, we're now going to clean the whole tube area and then make sure your seal mate, make sure this is nice and clean as well. You're going to start going into there and you're going to start pulling out any debris. It is going to leak some fluid, so just be aware of that. And you got to go around the whole thing a couple times and keep digging out the stuff to make sure that there is no dirt in or any debris in there. And same with the seal. We're going to clean the seal up before we put it back up. Well, we're back into the garage because it started raining out. Anyway, we cleaned the tube as much as possible. We're going to take the paper towel and clean up in here as much as possible. Then we'll start using the tool on it. We're going to start using our seal mate. I made sure it was clean first. Now we're going to take this edge. We're going to go up in there and go, basically you're going to feel it pop through, and then you got to pull it around and dig out the debris. Once you get your seal mate up into the seal, push it up, push it against here, and just spin it around till you get everything out and then pull down. You may have to do this a couple times. After that, you need to compress the shocks at least 40 to 60 times, I would say. Sometimes it's 30, it depends, but you hold the front brake and you keep slamming the front end down to reset the seal. And you'll see that there may be a little bit. You got to keep cleaning it and then keep repumping it, and you repeat those steps. Then it should be good. Now we're going to clean the fork tube again and keep repressing it. All right, so now that we're done doing that, we're going to inspect the forks, and I'm not seeing any fluid leaking, so we should be good to go. So it seems like there was just a little bit of dirt in there, enough to make it leak. We're gonna make sure that we clean this little rubber seal very good, because I know there's debris in there. Clean that up good, and then we'll put it back into the bike. Now remember, the important thing is you gotta get the seal squeaky clean, because if it's dirty after getting it's gonna go right back up in there, and you're gonna have your forks leaking again. That's why it's important to make sure the seal is 100% clean. Obviously, when we were compressing the shocks, if the seal was bad, it would have been leaking more fluid, but it's not, so we're good there. Well, we got to make sure this is all squeaky clean, and then it will go back up into the bike. Something else that I did was to clean on the outside of the seal and the inside part, the inside lip. I used a Q-tip, and I just kept scrubbing it and spraying it down with cleaner and making sure there was nothing in there. Also, you could move the seal up and down to make sure that there isn't any excess stuff coming out of here. All right, we got our seals back in place. I'm going to compress the forks a bunch of times just to show you now that it is not leaking. Obviously, this tube is nice and clean, and if there is an issue, you would see more fluid leaking down there. So I'll compress it a bunch of times just to show you. All right, as you can see, the fork tube is perfectly clean, and we have successfully reset the seal, and we are good to go now. And it really just took maybe a half-hour time, and we're good now. No fork seals have to be replaced. So depending on how dirty the seals really are, I mean, one time I had to try to do them like 3 or 4 times, but then it eventually did, you know, seal, and it was good to go. So if it doesn't clean it the first time, you may have to do it a couple more times, but don't be afraid to do that, because you can still save the seals. All right, guys, well, I hope this video was helpful. As always, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.